What's going on, fellas? It's time for a little bit of something different here as SmrtyCakes, our number 5 player of the second gauntlet for Acropolis number 2, our most premier tournament, our most high-scale, high-stakes tournament ever, is going to be taking on Lucifirius. Now, SmrtyCakes is a player who's been grinding a lot. I put him up there above Dead Infested, but with Dead Infested, as most improved as far as like the last time we saw him. He had a somewhat underperformance when it comes to the the matches that he played in the first qualifier there. Coming into Gauntlet Stage B, he remains stolid, remains ready to attempt a qualification. He's going to need to get through Lucifirius in this series, and Lucifirius himself is a player who, he's just a homie, dude. He's just been around the block. He loves to play whilst addled. He loves to place, a good amount of importance on fun over necessarily winning. And he just hopes that everybody has a good time. And that's usually his attitude. So I'm happy to celebrate some of his work, his handiwork here in this series. And I hope that it will be a sillier match than we're used to. That being said, we're going to be opening up the pick ban here for the series. We see that SmrtyCakes has banned Muspelheim. This is a PvT, so it's curious that why that map would get banned. Maybe he just doesn't like it or whatever. I know some people don't like the Ashworld tile set. He then goes up to pick Near Impact, following Lucifirius' Spinal Tap ban. Spinal Tap makes sense to ban. Actually, these two did clash in Gauntlet Stage A, where SmrtyCakes took the series 2-0, and one of the maps that was taken was Spinal Tap, and that is a map that can be pretty difficult for Terran to fight back against Dracodons with in the early stages of the game, so it does make sense. Lucifer is going for a Paradise pick, so we get a 4-spawn map out of it. And following Check Stealer and Demoloon bans, we have Blackwater Bastion as our decider, should it be necessary. As always, we're going to continue the rundown here. So let's get into Near Impact, a map by Jujic. See if one of these two has a funny stuff, funny shenanigans, funny, cool ideas. We've got Lucifirius in the top left. Is this Cosmic Cobalt? Dark Sapphire. Okay. Never guessed that one correctly. SmrtyCakes down here in the bottom right. Vermilion? Tomato? Dude, who the hell plays with tomato? Get out of here. All right, don't worry. I'll redeem myself in the second game by guessing the colors 100% correctly for a 50% net color guess. Or this could be a rare goose egg where I guess nothing correctly. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to take a sip of my drink, but tell you guys that you can donate using coffee.com/PartagonVeek7, the link in the bottom right, or in the description if you want to see more Cosmonarchy. We're going to continue making things epic in the RTS world. And yeah, sip time. All right, Lucifirius is already planning something silly. It's a quarry opener. His gas is a little bit late there. And so I feel like, I've seen Aud use this opener overall, and it's usually quarry into fulcrum, or maybe it's fulcrum into quarry. I can't quite remember. I think it might be quarry first. Either way, though, Lucifirius is planning something, and what's he going to do when the enemy comes for you? It's a 2-gate opener here for SmrtyCakes, very, very stock standard. Talos coming out of the quarry, and a fulcrum close to the ramp here as a serve as like a pseudo wall. The scribe should be harassing this, but it doesn't look like Smarty's that interested. Oh, there you go. Then he's like, hey, yeah, I know what you're doing. Here comes a battle worker. Ward that bad boy off. Get him. Bully him. Talos moving across the map. We'll see what it wants to do. By the way, on Near Impact, you do have these little spots over here where you can harvest from the gas nodes and return to those neutral structures, the white structures in the middle there. That's a treasury, something that the Terran player can build as well. Neutral town centers are returnable, though. You can return to them. Very cool. Now, the Legionnaire will actually get spotted by the Talos, so has pretty good vision range. So, second Fulcrum coming online. I feel like the Legionnaire is going to get here before the Vulture does, so this could be squeaky bum time for Lucifirius in the early stages of the game, having already had a wounded Mason, softened up by the Scribe. A Cyclops coming as the first unit. First scout comes through, sees 2-gate, no expansion, and begins moving off to the other side. The second Talos has arrived. It's harvesting from a ridge. I would love to see him harvest from the geyser. No reason to harvest from the ridge when you can harvest from the geyser. I don't think this Mason's actually going to be able to finish that Fulcrum. Yep, indeed. Now, I don't know what the head-to-head is on this fight. I like that SmrtyCakes is trying to get fancy with it. Ooh, narrowly avoids death. That was impressive, honestly. He's tasked his mason on the wrong fulcrum. Our princess is in another castle. There we go. Lucifirius has got this. He's in control, rallying more Taloses over there. Multiple Cyclops out. That's definitely going to stack up the damage. You got to watch out for that. Second fulcrum now complete. Feels like Lucy should be able to get a little bit more out of here. He's massing Cyclops. Okay. Harvesting with the Talos is now on the gas. On the geyser. He's got one guy down here not doing anything yet. You can't right-click through the Fog of War and harvest resources, which actually is, like, I know some people would think that that's a silly limitation or whatever, but you got to remember that right-clicking on resources with workers phases them out of reality. They no longer collide with other units. So if you could do that anywhere, then that would probably be a bit silly. Maybe it wouldn't, though. Maybe it should actually be a thing. All right, he's figured out that actually there's a geyser down here as well that he can harvest from, and is starting to harvest in return there. So, okay, cool. Very cool. Very good. All right, well, Lucy's going to continue spamming out nothing but the Cyclops, and we are also going to see Nexus halfway done here for SmrtyCakes. When is Lucy going to try to expand or attack? That's really my question, because he's just pumping out the Talos, you know? He's just continuing. He's just continuing. This would make Lundier proud. You know, if Lucifirius loses here and Lundier loses to the Night Fox, then Lucy will face Lundier, and not only is that the battle of two Terrans with L in their name as the start, but also it's the battle of those who build Talos, clearly. I've heard tales of Lundier's games. We're definitely going to need to highlight that series. All right. Lucy's going to build something. Lucy's going to build something. Maybe. Maybe? It's a ministry. Okay. He's got enough gas to tech up. I guess that's what he's doing. He definitely needs more minerals, though. He's not actually... He's okay saturation-wise here. He could do a little bit more, but it would be pretty low yield since he's got the 14 workers that he needs for minimum saturation. 21 will give him max. Look at this Talos scooting on around. Just looking around, seeing what's up. Ah, looking for a spot to put a watchdog. I think he wanted to build it there, but that does not work. That would be kind of cool. What if you could put a watchdog here? It looks like you should be able to, right? That could be kind of neat. Anyway. Mad Talos saturation in the top right. Drakenon's moving across the map. I think the Cyclops count is still too high. I'm going to be honest. I don't think SmrtyCakes can break him. He's got 1,000 gas. What is he going to do with all this Vespia once he goes to tier 2? Like, is he going to go mass Starport or something? Let's find out. Just absolutely smashing and shellacking. Muscling him down. But the Dragon's got far enough to see that there was no expansion. So I do think that Lucy... this could be red, you know? Like, at some point, Smarty should probably drop a Stargate and go into something. He's a redundancy pylon. He's got some static defense. He's going to put a pylon down for anti-drop. Okay, you know, that's fine. Ministry going to float over here. Okay, all right. Producing more. More Talos. We need more Talos. Shambler told me that there was a match that he was reffing that had like 2... What was it? It was like 2 base, 4 quarry or something. So I gotta ask him. I gotta go and check out like which one that was without spoiling it. You know, he should not comment which one it was in the comments because that would spoil it for people, right? Demented looking. Okay, quarry opener. I was gonna say demented worker pathing there. There's the watchdog scout. It's gonna fly over and see that it's just gateways right now. It's just nothing but gates. Dude, 1,600 gas. Does he know he needs tier 2 to build tier 3? What's going on here? Witness going to come in and see what's going on. No detection in sight, of course. Yeah, harvest the ridge. You know what would be so big brain, by the way? Is if instead of building tier 2 here, he's going to build tier 2 here. But if he built it with the Talos down there, he like dropped it over here. Could you imagine? Watchdog moving around. The proxy tier 2. I think it has some legs. Cyclops gonna move around, speaking of having legs. Man, there's so many of them. 21 Cyclops and counting. Monocomp. Monocomp! But he's going for tier 2. And he's got so much Vespene. I swear he actually could just harvest enough minerals here off of the third base and the natural. If he just keeps making workers and he keeps getting gas from the side bases and stuff, he could straight up go for tier 3 on 3 bases technically, but still. What a ridiculous build order. Somebody will try a version of this at the higher level. Somebody will see this and we'll try a version of this. Now, jig is up, you know. You could put the ministry over here and then distance mine some of these mineral nodes with Talos. That could be a thing. I just saw the something get cast over to the top right. I'm not really sure what it was. Oh, he was maybe rallying the artisans up there? Okay, he wants his own harvest. Now, artisans have a weapon and Talos do not. Okay, Atlas is done. What are you going to do now, my man? You need more minerals if you want to afford tier 3, assuming that's what he wants. He could go Starport. Again, that would be a pretty good move. It is going to be Starport. Okay. Spend down some of that gas. Triple Starport right in front of the witness, of course. Classic move. First artisan will slowly make its way up to the top right to reveal this wealth extraction plan that's been going on. Man, what if this platform was one tile further down and then you could put 2 watchdogs here, you know? Jujic, idea? Safeguard my men. There's no, I guess once the starport's finished, he can actually just straight up... Yeah, he can actually just straight up defend it with like a Gorgon or whatever. He's not responding. He's gonna do the Talos. Oh, my name is Lil Voice acted that Talos, dude. Ah, the repairs. Now that's big brain. If he puts 1 more Talos on there, I think it is fully repaired. It's not the most efficient way to stop this from happening, but you know, it is a way. That's so silly. Oh no, it's happening down here too! He just pulls those away. The sheer number of Cyclops you cannot enter. You are not allowed. Go away. Gorgon's coming out to, once again, liberate the gas fields. Does he even really need that, though? Like, he has so much Vespene banked up. He can just start distance mining these minerals or whatever. Again, he just needs a treasury over here. Where'd that other ministry go? Oh, it floated all the way down here. Oh, okay, that makes sense. He can use the Taloses down there. Yeah, he waypointed them down there. Okay. It makes sense. He can put a watchdog down here, defend him from the artisan menace. Yeah, the artisan's coming. It's chasing that Talos. Is going to reveal the space. No, Lucy. Oh, no. The Draconans can just come and kill that. No, look at what you've done. Look at what you've done, Lucy. No. Well, he'll harvest from this base for a little bit. And Smarty is just flabbergasted. Wyverns being added. Those are pretty mineral intensive. Third base coming here. 4th base, actually, for SmrtyCakes. He's already taken 3 o'clock. I've been focused entirely on what's going on with our Terran player here, but Smarty's also playing the game. He's also in this game. He's clearly not the protagonist of this match, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I am much more interested in what's happening over here. Okay, more Wyverns get added. He actually had enough for tier 2 in there, or tier 3 rather, for a second. Okay, the Talos ball of 22 Talos moving in to start harvesting from the natural. Where is my tier 3, Lucy? Build that tier 3. Build that Daedala. He's thinking about it. No, never mind. Oh, there it is. Daedala started. What can Lucy do to hold on? Because the architects are going to come knocking. Man, this build actually could be a legit thing. Like, on this map at least. There's Rage Slave has the neutral gas, but it's easier to contest in the middle of the map. Trying to think of any other active maps right now. Cold Sweat is not in the tournament, but it was in the top right and bottom left. Maybe Muspelheim you could theoretically try to do something like this. Because even though there's no neutral drop-off points or whatever, it's still a hidden base or whatever, right? Here we go. The Wyverns moving out. And the Gorgons as well. They're going to freeze and destroy the Draconans. And now the Talos has moved back to the top right. By the way, the Artisans didn't even harvest resources this whole time. They legit were used to kill the Talos. That was it. SmrtyCakes could have been using them to actually harvest resources. And instead, one of them died to a watchdog. The other one just got cleaned up by that. And now the Taloses can resaturate the space over here. Okay. Daedala, gas caps. Oh, you can build gas caps with Telos. You can build them over here. By the way, in order to do that as Protoss, you'd have to like airlift a scribe because the artisan doesn't build units, right? That's kind of funny. All right, so the vassals are going to come in. There is some minor tickling happening, but the Gorgons are here to clear this, so shouldn't be that big of a deal. Italis did die, though. Very unfortunate. Lucy, no! Lucy, don't use your Cyclops. We've seen what Aeud... That happened to Aeud. Cyclops happened to Aeud. Friendly fire. Gorgons and Wyverns attacking down here. This is not a fight that Lucy will win. He needs to pull back when he can. He is forcing all of the ground... The units that don't attack up are coming in to help. They're coming in to offer moral support. Very good. Oh, the Daedal is done. It probably needs a better response than that, right? Okay, finally that witness died too. So what is the tier 3 tech of choice? I mean, he doesn't really have that much money. I wonder why. Why doesn't he have that much money, guys? Do you know? Witness in the bottom left, just to see what's going on, patrolling. No 5th base yet. He finished this 4th base, but or I guess this is his 5th base. He finished his 4th and his 5th, but he has no workers there. Oh, Smarty. No. The Antseal said no. The Wyverns are actually going to be... Oh, there's no Wyverns here. It's actually all Gorgons. I was going to say the Wyverns would be really good versus the Zealots. But the Cyclops friendly fire just killed most of his airships. He does have more Gorgons coming. Most of his Cyclops have been destroyed. He's making more. Wyverns on the way. A Diadem. I like the Diadem, but it's a little bit late. You know, with some optimizations to his build, Lucy would 100% have had the Diadems up for this push, and then SmrtyCakes would have just been totally dead. Totally destroyed. But as of right now, I think SmrtyCakes has just muscled its way through. Lucy will call GG. The Diadem was so close. There were some Zealots in the main. I don't know how that happened. Maybe it was a drop or something. Wow. Well, I'm not surprised that SmrtyCakes won versus Lucy in the opener. Like, without seeing the game, if you told me, yeah, SmrtyCakes takes map 1, that wouldn't surprise me. But goddamn, that build has legs, man. That build has legs. I want to see Lucy's second iteration of that. And you know what? Lundier, if you're facing off against Lucy at the end of this, like, I'm assuming SmrtyCakes wins the series. If Lucy has to fight against Lundier, and he does that, because this video won't come out in time for their match. They're actually playing later today, if that's the real thing. So, anyway, what I'm getting at here is this is looking like that. I don't know what Lundy is going to do versus that, dude. That's going to be epic. I hope we see that again. Run it back, Lucy. Run it back. Game 2 coming up. Straight into game number 2. SmrtyCakes in the top right as our... Is this just straight up Cyan Protoss? Alice Blue. Okay. No. Cyan is a different color. I will remember that. Lucifirius in the bottom right, once again as the Dark Sapphire Terran. I did say I would guess this color correctly, and I did not. So, I have a 25% color guess accuracy. Lucy, please take us to map 3. If you take me to map 3, I will redeem myself. I don't know what that percentage would be, because I guess it would just be 50%, right? Yeah. So if I guess 100% correctly next map, then it'll be 50%. Do it for me, Lucy! Beat SmrtyCakes. All right, sips are over. Gateway number 1 coming. I expect it'll be a 2-gate opener. No quarry this time. Excuse me. Lucy is going to go for the classic Fulcrum. Now, this is Lucifirius's map pick. It's really funny to me that SmrtyCakes like random rolled near impact, and we saw that. And now I am so beyond hyped for Lucifirius's next match. By the way, if he did complete the upset somehow, Lucy would face off against, I believe, the winner of the Night Fox Lundier, which I've already said is Night Fox won that. Lucifirius did play against the Night Fox in the previous round, the previous qualifier. That was a 2-0 in favor of the Night Fox, but the Night Fox was playing as Terran. I don't know what Lucy would do cheese-wise versus a Zerg player, but I hope it would be something very silly. Vulture coming out as the second Fulcrum is put down. Steady worker protection for both players, so pretty standard fare there. Second Gateway. 75% complete, as the Legionnaire is going to be the first unit of choice. SmrtyCakes will send that to the bottom right because his worker has gone everywhere else. Now, where does this vulture go? It is actually pathing to the top right, so that's kind of interesting. No mines laid on the way there. Another scribe leaving the base as well. What is going on here? Maybe Smarty planting his own cheese. Oh shit! He's got moves, and by moves I mean he just let it right-click. He didn't even respond. He's been stymied. Oh, look at that! He timed it pretty nicely there, but oh wow, he timed it twice. That's just luck of the draw, I guess. Whoa! Absolutely ass blasted, dude. You can't catch me. Now he's gonna attempt the micro. All right, you know what? Okay, I see you. I see you, Lucy. What else do we got? Is it Dracodons? Okay, Dracodons are going to clear this out pretty easily. Another Vulture popping out here. Third Fulcrum coming on down. And the Scribe is making life a little bit hard. Vulture comes back in for another round of scouting. Sees 3 idle workers. Laughs at his opponent. Drops a mine. Slows down the single Dracodon for a little bit. These mines are mostly just going to be annoying. The Vultures can't do anything right now. Versus SmrtyCakes, but I do expect, like, there's no kill pressure here from these Vultures. If the other two were still there, they could maybe get a little bit scary, but, you know. Meanwhile, Proxy Lattice. And, you know, he killed the worker that went all the way to his base. He doesn't think there's another worker out on the map. There's not really any reason to suspect that. It's just pure Vulture right now. Still a lot of Vespene in the tank. Could have maybe had some star pads or something. But right now, he's got nothing that actually shoots up. A mine goes wide. He's going to have the Vultures trying to sick onto these Dracodons, but let me just tell you from experience, it does not work very well. You need some Ahmed in there. Maybe some Matador. He's trying to lay the mines. Can do so on the way back. And by the way, the reason why I was saying this is, you know, he needs to have stuff that shoots up is because I'm pretty sure the Proxy Lattice is Vassal. Indeed, it is. Warden started in the main. This is a one-base play from SmrtyCakes, looking to break his opponent early on. Now, there are some Cyclops being made. Focusing down that Legionnaire, just clearing the paltry front line. Could definitely lay some mines over here to try to catch those Dracodons when they try to go in. But Lucifirius, not really that interested in laying the mines as of right now. Going into the Cyclops. He will have a defense versus the Vassals. Now charging forward, overwhelming the Dracodon. Some of his Vultures not actually attacking. Could definitely be moving forward a little bit there. And now he's going to try to continue the pressure. SmrtyCakes will be somewhat disheartened to see Cyclops, because those do indeed shoot up. His Vassal plan may yet be foiled. Or he could fly them over the mineral line, and then the Cyclops could friendly fire the mineral line. It could be great, actually. You can see him trying to brawl here, take that high ground, but it's not working out too hot for him just yet. Again, no mine laying. Lucifirius definitely could be using those mines a little bit better. Has enough money to drop an expansion. Needs to be queuing up some more units. The Vassal count growing. Looks like, what, 9 Vassals are going to pop out here? Another round as well after that. No Watchdog. Terran army, most of the way across the map. Can't really step to this army. So really, SmrtyCakes is winning the ground war off of just the 2-gate production, and a large part of that is because of the mines weren't being leveraged this time. But another thing that's really concerning is that there's actually no anti-air for real, because even though there's more Cyclops coming, there's not going to be enough to deal with the number of Vassals that are popping out here. No mines being laid. Yet again, Lucy is definitely going to be hemorrhaging those Fulcrum units. He's trying to step forward and see what he can do for heckling. Starpad coming up. I would be a little bit suspicious. I guess I don't know that he doesn't have a Nexus, right? So I would definitely be considering like running a Vulture around the Dracodon ball and seeing if I can get in and see. Because if I come in here and I scout, no expansion, only 2-gate, I know that there's something else on the map. And now the Vassals are descending. And this might be all she wrote for Lucy. Where's the Cyclops? They need to be rallied down. He's not actually responding to the threat. He's lost so many workers. The Starpad's gonna finish. Oh, no. Only 5 workers to his name. Now he's gonna run up and try to bop these units, sidestepping the Protoss ground army, which is coming back. Oh my god, sniping that Starpad. It looks like maybe some of those ground units ended up dying earlier as well. Now down to the no workers, no money. Muscling through, clearing that out. Oh, losing a vulture to splash damage, depowering the pylon. But here comes the Dracodons. Here come the Dracodons, and no mines were laid. No opportunity to withstand this assault. You might have unpowered everything, but you can kill all the workers you like. You're not going to be able to break down these gateways in the Nexus before the Dracodons clear you out. That will be SmrtyCakes moving ahead 2-0. GG, space P. I do actually wonder if Lucy... Entertain me for a moment. If Lucy laid mines along this path, using the cliff advantage after sniping that pylon, that could have been pretty big, right? I feel like that could have been pretty big. Now, you don't expect the proxy, but a little bit more proactive scouting could have helped Lucy there. I feel like he also would have had way more units if he had used the mines. I know I said the mines like 100 times. He could almost have had 100 mines, I feel like. Maybe he didn't make that many vultures, but he made pretty close to 33 vultures, I feel like. And he only takes 34 vultures to lay all 3 mines to get to 100. Over 100, actually. 102, because that's 3. But I hope you guys enjoyed this cast. I think, obviously, the highlight was definitely game number 1. Cool to see Smarty get cheesy. He does like his proxy lattice. He has done that a lot, actually, even going back to, like, Infinite Velocity days, where he did that against, I think, Sipiak at one point. Pretty cool stuff. I hope to see some more from Lucifirius. I will definitely be seeing some more from SmrtyCakes. He moves on to face the Night Fox. Lucy will drop to face Lundier, and we will be catching that series for sure. GG, boys. Back tomorrow for more Cosmonarchy.